Hello and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bytes. We're shooting episode 279 on 8th of September. And today we're going to talk about why we need to find, the reason why a stock is rising or a stock is falling. Why are we not satisfied with the idea that the price is indicating where the stock is going and we can go along with it. We can just go along with the flow and without, waiting for clarity that why it is going up, because usually by the time that clarity comes it is often too late. So we'll see some examples of that. The markets opened gap up and remained high. They have crossed that Rubicon, that trend line that we have been waiting for. So a very good day from technical perspective, and let's hope that this stays on. And the banks usually lead a new leg whenever it starts, and that's what has happened today. PSU banks, private banks, overall banking has led the market today. That gives me good hope that this rally that has started is a new leg up, and once we in a definitive way close above this on a weekly basis, we reach 18,000, then we can possibly reach 18,400 odd, which was the high. I think we are set up for a good run up. The dollar index is also overstretched. Of course, it can still go up further, but as soon as the dollar index starts to drop, it's about 110.4 right now. As soon as it starts to drop, I think there will be a gush of money coming towards emerging markets, and that will propel this market higher. So in terms of the setup, I think it's a great setup for going higher. Whether we will or we will not, only time will tell, and I cannot predict that. Metals unfortunately had a weak day, minus 0.9%. Real estate also slightly in a corrective mode, but other than that, most of the sectors remained in the green. A reasonably positive day. Nifty closed almost 1% up, with CNX 200, CNX 500, small cap 250 all up about 0.7 to 0.8%, and mid and small cap index up 0.46%. Nifty next 50 was subdued at 0.27%. In terms of the weekend investing small case performances, MIATH2 has been running very hard. In fact, after the dismal performance in the initial 6 months, it has really picked up beautifully in the last 6 months. It is leading the benchmark. In the last month, it has beaten 1 and 3 months. I think it has beaten all our strategies. So I think the strategy has found its feet finally, and it's coming back rapidly. I hope and I think that it will perform as well as MIST-ATH in times to come. So ATH2 and ATH both are up about 0.7, 0.8% today. NNF10 up 0.6%, which is very good given that Nifty next 50 was up only 0.25%. MI30, MI50 both up 0.5% or so, along with green, MI MT All Cap, MI India top 10 also. And the only laggard today was MI35 and MI25, which remained flat today. Heat map for the day, you can see all the greens are concentrated in the banking and finance area right here. Cements still doing well. Shree Cement doing exceptionally well. Ultra Semco also up 2%. Autos also running partly. Mahindra was one, and Eicher Motors. And Bharti Airtel seems to be breaking out of a major formation. The oil marketing companies HPCL and BPCL also did quite well. ITC has been going up. There is rumor that the hotel disinvestment is on the cards. IT stocks also going up with Wipro, Infosys and TCS, and overall looks good. Top gainers in CNX 500 universe: JK Lakshmi Cement up 11%, Bajaj Holdings up 10%, Angel One up 7%. Very good traction in Angel One numbers. Indian Bank up 6%, Sonata Software up 6.5%, MMTC dropping the most 8%, Dhani Services, KRBL both down about 5%, GE Shipping and Vakrangi losing about 3 to 4%. So I tweeted this today that since the COVID bottom, Amazon is kind of flat, Tesla is up for 40%. Those who constantly seek a reason, please explain it and educate me. So there has been, I think this chart, let me see. This chart was made from April, so maybe not from the earlier statistic, but from since 20th March. So Tesla is up some 1078%. I mean, that's a crazy rise Tesla has had since the COVID bottom, so almost there. And Amazon is up 41%, and the Nasdaq is up 71%. So now if you maybe after this initial rally, if you started to question, why Tesla is rising and why, Amazon is not rising, and why the numbers in Tesla are not yet corroborating with the rise in price, you would miss that rally, right? I mean, you would have, if you're questioning it here, you're questioning it here, you're questioning it here. I mean, when do you, because there will be no such point where it may be crystal clear why a stock is going up. And because news always comes later than the price move. That's a universal truth on the upside as well as on the downside. Stocks will drop first and news will come later. Stocks will go up first and news will come later. A lot of stocks in Indian market are also running. Some may, of course, be some sort of manipulation or something like that, but most of them will have some story that will, turn out to be true later on, or you may go to that high point and say, oh, I should have known this a year back. I mean, the stock was running up. Because, see, ultimately the market is a porous market. There are a lot of things that are happening in the company which company insiders know all the time. There are vendors who know what's happening in the company. There are suppliers who know what is happening in the company. There are dealers who know what is happening in the company. So there are so many more people who have some sort of inclination about what's happening inside than a usual shareholder. So before a company announces that we are going to launch a new car or a new platform or a new product, it's already been developing inside the company and a lot of people know about it. So the price starts to reflect that much ahead of the public announcement of that fact. I mean, I recall a fantastic example that the day Nano was launched by Mr. Ratan Tata, that was the peak of Tata Motors for a long period to come after that. Because the build-up had already happened and the announcement was, it became a sell-on news event. So the lesson to be learned here is that the BBC principle, Bhav Bhagwan Che, actually helps you in positioning yourself, into a stock much before you will probably understand why it is happening. Yes, maybe later on you can go and understand, why this rally happened for academic reason if that satisfies you more. But a stock is going up, usually if it is not, some micro cap or some nano cap type of story which can be manipulated easily. If let's say Nifty stock is going up, you must believe that something good is happening here, that's why it is going up. I mean, everybody need not know the why it is coming down. Like for instance, yesterday. So Interglobe Aviation started falling somewhere around 322, 323 yesterday. This is a 1 minute chart on Indigo. And there was a huge deal that happened this morning of 12-13 million shares. Now this transaction was going to happen at around 1900 odd. This was known to somebody yesterday. Okay. And possibly this is the last 5 minutes of trade, somebody shorted the hell out of this futures or dumped some stocks to buy them again next morning. So the price is telling you a story much ahead of the event. You could have been questioning here yesterday why it was falling, and today once it was done you would have known that yes, this was the news, but then you could not have you have missed that opportunity, right? So the idea is to allow the trends, allow the price move in the market to be the leading indicator for you. Maybe if you are of the type who does not want to buy just based on trend, maybe you can nibble based on trend, you can take positions, and a lot of traders, a lot of investors also, they will, do a pyramiding up of positions. So you do, if they have to buy 1,000 shares, they will go in 100 shares only in the first go. Then if the price is confirming their hypothesis of that trend, then they'll buy another 200, then they'll buy another 400, and so on and so forth. So there are ways and means of gradually easing yourself into a trend and not worrying about why exactly it is happening. So I just had this short DB for today. If you have any questions about weekend investing, please send us mail at support@weekendinvesting.com, and please do like, subscribe, and share all these daily bytes, and please do send us your feedback about the same. Thank you. Bye.